I don't know if you guys are aware, but Dragon Age has been renamed. Okay, it was called Dragon Age Dreadwolf. Now it's called Dragon Age the Veilguard. And the reason why they say they changed the name is because they didn't want the game to focus on the bad guy. Like that's just a weird thing. They said they didn't want the title to focus on the bad guy. They wanted the title to focus on the good guys. So they decided to rename it from Dreadwolf to Veilguard. That sounds like a super bitch move. I really don't know what the point of that is, but I mean, it is what it is. Now, I want to make something extremely clear. Okay. Dragon Age has always been that game that has featured some level of gay relationship in it. Okay. It just is what it is. I would even say it's one of the originals that really showcased it on a grand scale from an RPG standpoint. Let me tell you about my history with BioWare really quick. I absolutely loved BioWare in every single scenario. BioWare was my number two company that I was like shilling for. Okay. This was years ago, but I would shill for BioWare without a fucking doubt. The number one company that I was obsessed with was Original Blizzard, and that we all know how that ended. I still remember to this day when Activision announced that they were absorbing Blizzard. I told all my friends at the time that that company is so fucked now. I already knew that Blizzard was going to be completely fucked by combining with Activision, and I'm glad that I was proven right. Now with BioWare, unfortunately, man, that company could not do any wrong. BioWare from yesterday could not do any wrong. They were putting out banger after banger after banger. And now it's just garbage, man. With Andromeda, and then you also have Anthem. The entire thing is just completely fucked. And then the last Dragon Age game was okay, but it really just was missing the soul of Dragon Age overall. I just feel like it wasn't that great. And now BioWare of today, oh, forget about it, right? So I told you my history, and there's a reason why I said it, right? So for all the people out there who are going to be watching this video on Hypnotic Live, who are not going to watch the video, but instead are just going to comment, and they're going to be like, well, Dragon Age was always gay. Dragon Age was always gay. You clearly never played Dragon Age if you don't know it was always gay. Even though in the video I will say, like I just said earlier, that obviously Dragon Age always had gay relationships, they will still comment and they will still say something stupid like that. Oh, Dragon Age was always gay. How do you not know that? You're clearly not a fan. It's like, okay, bro, you clearly didn't watch the video, but it's all right. With that being said, even with knowing Dragon Age was always gay and had gay relationships that were available, it was never in your face like that. It was never a virtue signal. It was never something that was shoving down your throat, pun intended. It was more so just something that was an option if you wanted to explore it, just like every other romance, right? Even the regular romances were just something that you can explore if you so choose. It wasn't forced on you. It wasn't something that you had to necessarily partake in, right? What I'm getting at is that I feel that this modern BioWare, right? The people who are in charge, which again, let me show you exactly who we're dealing with here so you can get a better idea. Okay. Grum's posted a picture of this person. So this is the director. The director. Okay. The director for Dragon Age Veilguard. I think he should change his profile picture from Dreadwolf to Veilguard. I think that would be beneficial. Now, these kind of people who are in charge, I do not think that they are going to do Dragon Age the right way. I just don't. Even though, even though Dragon Age was always gay. Oh, well, not always gay, because let's be real, you can have straight and you can have gay. So let's rephrase. BioWare always had relationships for either side that was possible. I cannot think in my right mind that these kind of people are going to be able to make the game from a neutral standpoint. I think now it's going to go from something that was always there to something that is now going to be a massive virtue signal. That's what I truly honestly believe. I think they're incapable of being able to know the difference. And they're already doing the entire thing of, well, we're going to tell this story from a queer perspective. We're going to make sure that there's proper representation for queer people in this game. And I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean? What does proper representation even mean? You already had representation for LGBTQ people in your previous games. Do you not know this about your own games or your own company? Or perhaps, what is it? And you know what's funny? In my video, you're going to see me mention the fact that I really think there's a conspiracy going on, mainly because I only ever see this with white guys, mainly with white guys, straight white guys. I think there's a conspiracy going on that they know that DEI is coming for their job, right? As a straight white male in the mainstream gaming industry, how long do you think you have before you are going to be ousted for someone who is more diverse? Think about that for a second. How long do you think you have? Probably not very long, right? If I had to guess, probably not very long. So I think that what they're doing is that a lot of these straight white men are transing themselves in order to keep their careers that they worked on for a very long time, right? They don't want to give up their career that they worked on for decades, right? So I feel like they're essentially transing themselves so they can keep their jobs without having to worry about losing it to a DEI hire. I really genuinely believe that. And that's all like a conspiracy on my end. And there's no proof behind that. But I just genuinely fucking believe that is what's happening, because it's all white dudes, all straight white dudes that are suddenly becoming trans, right, over the last few years. And they're doing so because then they could put all the DEI stuff in their bio and they're protected. Now they're not going to lose all that history of work that they had, they worked their ass off to do. They're not going to lose that history. I'm just being real with you. And here's the thing. It's very easy to do that, right? You guys got to understand, to trans yourself to protect your job while DEI is on the forefront until it eventually fades away like everything does. You guys got to understand, it's very easy to do. The level of entry to do this is simple. You don't got to cut nothing off. You don't got to go on pills. All you got to do is wear a wig, put on a dress, and wear makeup. That's it. That's all you got to do. That's it. So these guys who are desperate to stay in the industry that they've been part of for decades, not all of them are going to be able to walk away from that. So I genuinely believe that some of them do actually trans themselves to stay in the industry. Otherwise, they got no DEI to offer. So they're going to be gone. Hey, like I said, totally a conspiracy. No proof to that. I'm speaking out to my fellow bigot army. I'm speaking out to you guys and speaking my mind and what I genuinely see going on, because it's a lot of white dudes doing it. A lot of straight white dudes transing themselves. But okay, neither here nor there. That's going to end up on Hypnotic Live. I'm going to get all the angry trans people. They're going to be like, you bigot. And I'm going to be like, yeah, that's kind of the point. But anyway, so these kind of people, I do not think have the ability to make a game that's extremely nuanced and make a game that's going to feature LGBTQ relationships and have it not be a virtue signal. I just don't think it's possible, right? When you have somebody like this who has, look at this really quick. This person is a game director for one of the biggest franchises and one of the most well-known companies in gaming, right? Do you think that would be number one in their bio? Do you think that someone who's proud of their position to be a game director for Dragonage, do you think that would be the first thing in their bio? No, it's not. The first thing in their bio is their sexuality. That's how I know that this is not going to end well for Dragonage. Because if it was, like, you got to be honest with me. You should put game director of Dragonage first. I feel like that is your biggest achievement. But for them, their sexuality is the biggest achievement. It is what it is.